story in the Bible about Jacob, who was an animal breeder. And there's a story that he bred speckled cattle, cows and goats. He bred them. And the way he did that was he cut branches off trees, and he took out his little penknife, and he scratched the bark off and made a pattern so that the branches looked spotted. And he put them in the troughs where the animals came to drink. And the animals that drank from that water gave birth to speckled cattle. Kind of reminds me of the story my mom used to tell about, apparently when she was pregnant with me, it was common belief in those days that if a pregnant woman was frightened, the baby could be born with a birthmark or a birth defect. So she asked her doctor about that. And the doctor said he only knew of one instance where a pregnant woman was walking down the street and an inmate escaped from an insane asylum and ran past her stark naked and screaming at the top of his lungs. And sure enough, that woman's baby was born stark naked and screaming. So I don't know whether Jacob managed to breed speckled cattle or not. The Bible, teaches a lot of parables. There's a story that actually has another meaning. Right? So the meaning to that is, was it Jacob's intention? Or was it something that the cattle saw that became real in their life? I don't know. But the point is, the real message there is that our thought is creative. We've said that before, right? Our thought is creative. Our thought can create magic. Our thought can create magic. Or it can create tragedy. What are we focusing on? Our thought creates. Our magic is defined as the art of controlling natural events by invoking supernatural powers. I would question that. Because to me, the power that we use to create is not supernatural at all. It's a very natural power. It's the power of our belief, our intention, our thought. What we think about, we draw to us. That's the whole of our teaching, isn't it? It's a natural power. It's just that we don't know it's natural because we're being told so much that contradicts it. We're being told what a tough world it is out there and how there's a scarcity and everybody's mean, everybody wants to hurt us, there's all these things to be afraid of. You're at the effect, the world's going to do it to you. Yes? How often do you hear that in the news? The truth is, we are at cause. Nothing's doing it to us but our own beliefs and our own thoughts. Oh, isn't that a good thing to know? I mean, if that was really true, that we could create our experience by the way we think, wouldn't it be worth looking at it? Wouldn't it be worth maybe getting into a class? So, belief is, how do we use this belief? Belief is the mental acceptance of the truth or actuality of something. The mental acceptance. And we talk about acceptance quite a bit. About how the infinite power, the Creator that created everything, has already given everything. Everything we could ever dream of or hope for or think of is already so in the great infinite universal mind. It's already so. So why are we not experiencing it? Why are we not experiencing what's already so? It's not because it hasn't been given, it's because it hasn't been accepted. If you bought a Christmas gift for me last year and it's still sitting in your closet, no, you gave it to me and it's still sitting in my closet. I haven't looked at it yet. It's been given, I just haven't accepted it. That's kind of the way it works. And we have to have a mental acceptance before we can have a physical acceptance. Isn't that true? Because everything, you look at anything in this room, it was accepted in somebody's mind before it could be made. Everything begins as a thought. Ernest Holmes says, belief admits of all degrees, from the slightest suspicion to the fullest assurance. So whether we believe a little teeny weeny bit in something, or we believe it with all our heart and soul, which do you think is going to be the more effective? So doesn't it make good sense that we should work to deepen and strengthen our belief? how do we do that? Work and work on our beliefs. Look at what our beliefs are. For instance, if you believe that you have to take a vitamin pill or a supplement or an antibiotic or whatever it is to be healthy, if you believe that, then you better take that pill. If you believe that the only way in the world that you're ever going to get wealthy is to buy a lottery ticket, then buy the lottery ticket. If you went to a psychic and she told you you were going to meet your soulmate on Monday at 2:30 at a specific place and you believe that, get there. But what I want you to know, what I want you to understand or remember is that there's always the direct route. You know, you can believe in pills or you can go directly to believing in health. You can believe in lotteries or you can go directly to believing in abundance. You can believe in psychics or you can just plain believe in love. And that's what will show up in your life. But most of all, we have to believe in belief. Get that? Do you really believe in belief? Because belief is an actual power that actually sets the physical universe in motion. Really. So do you believe in belief? In the power of what you believe to create your experience of life? So thought is creative. We know that. Thought is always creative. What's the difference between thought and belief? I think it's just one degree. Don't you? I think belief is deeper. It's deep-seated. It's kind of what gives rise to our thought. So thought is some sort of mental action. And we say that thoughts are things. We can't see them. How do we know they're things? We can't see God. How do we know there's a God? I know. Can't prove it to you. It's a faith thing. I know there's a God because I see evidence of God's handiwork. I see sunsets. I see snow-covered mountains. I see oceans. I see Isabel. I see ocean. Yeah. And you're that giggle. A child, that honesty, that innocence, that love. I know there's God because I see evidence of what God's done. And we know our thoughts exist because we see the effects of what our thoughts have created. So everything that we experience in our life is an effect, and the cause is a thought.